Two shot, one fatally in alleged attempted robbery in downtown Kingston. Two men were shot, one fatally, on Beckford Street in downtown Kingston on Sunday morning. One firearm was also reportedly discovered. Reporters understand that sometime after 4 a.m., the men allegedly broke into a wholesale and stole several items. Law enforcement officers were alerted and reportedly faced gunfire upon their arrival. The police returned fire, and when the shooting subsided, the two men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital where one was pronounced dead, while the other was admitted on the police guard. Vendors decry Christmas 2023 as the worst ever. Still tallying their losses and recovering from the financial setbacks of the festive season, vendors across the corporate area expressed that Christmas 2023 marked the worst experience they've had in recent years. Citing an uptick in crime and a growing trend of people turning to online shopping, the vendors contended that the Christmas season was far from joyful. TAJ warns record operators against overcharging. Record operators are once again being warned that they will face consequences if they overcharge motorists for towing vehicles. This after some taxi operators again raised concern about being charged exorbitant fees by record companies when their vehicles are seized by the police and transport authority for record breaches. The matter was brought up during a recent virtual meeting of the Transport Operations Development Sustainable Services TODS, with drivers seeking responses from guest presenter, Managing Director of the Transport Authority Ralston Smith. It comes in the wake of the authority's imposition of a standardized record fee structure effective January 2nd. Taxi drivers have long complained of being overcharged up to $20,000 for towing a car, which should cost about $8,000. The standardized rate has now gone from $8,000 to $12,000. The taxi drivers expressed concern that record operators who overcharge will not be punished. In response, Mr. Smith assured that those who charge more than they're stipulated in the legally binding agreement for record fees will be prosecuted. Punishment for the breach includes being removed from the authority's approved list of record operators.
There's a movement from the previous rate by 50%. It is still a significantly lower rate than what they were charging. So the car moved from 8 to 12 based on 20,000. What will happen now is that we have put together what we call an agreement, a legally binding agreement. So before there was no agreement, so the record operators, when they go outside of what rate was established, nobody could do them anything. Now, if they try that any at all, they are subject to consequences by the transport authority. So your transport authority, your regulator has listened, and we have put measures in place just to ensure that we cauterize the issue, we standardize the rate, and we are monitoring those rates. So you will see a difference going forward. I guarantee you, none of those record operators ever to overcharge any one of you or your members will ever have anything to do further with the authority.
Dental Surgeons President says the country is facing an oral health crisis. President of the Jamaica Association of Public Dental Surgeons, Dr. Vanessa, says the country is facing an oral health crisis. Speaking to reporters, Ms. Vanessa says there is one dental surgeon to every 34,000 citizens. As such, she said the association is very concerned about the oral health of the population. She noted that with oral health being a predictor of systematic diseases such as diabetes, the situation needs to be addressed urgently. However, she said the association is not feeling the level of concern and commitment it should be getting from the government.
Currently, the workforce of dental surgeons significantly short-staffed. We have one dental surgeon to 34,000 people in Jamaica. We are very, very concerned about the oral health of the population because we are in an oral health crisis right now. 45% of children were found to have untreated dental caries in 2019 that the World Health Organization in their oral health status report. So the situation is, a very severe one, very critical, especially as we know that oral health is a predictor of systemic diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, stroke, renal disease, and others, Alzheimer's in particular, and rheumatoid arthritis. So, the message that we're getting from the government of Jamaica is one that is not encouraging and is one that we're concerned because we're not feeling the kind of concern, the kind of commitment to improving the oral health of the population. And that is a major, major concern for us.
Mother grief-stricken after son killed in bike crash hours before 20th birthday. Sashantri Brown would have celebrated his 20th birthday on Saturday, but a tragic incident robbed him of ever seeing that milestone. The aspiring electrician died at the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital on Friday night after he sustained multiple injuries in a traffic collision while driving his motorcycle in his community of Little London in Westmoreland in the afternoon. It's his birthday, oh Jesus, he would have been 20 today, Brown's mother, Abby, stated on Saturday afternoon as she shared a graduation photo and burst into tears. I was at work after 4 p.m., minutes to 5 p.m., when my spouse called and said my son got hit off his bike and my sister is on his way to the hospital with him, the distraught mother stated. The grief-stricken mother said she hurriedly left work and headed for the hospital. I tried calling my sister and I was not getting her, and I called my son's phone and she answered. I said what happened to Trey and she said, him foot broke and him a cry for pain, the distraught mother recalled. Upon arrival at the hospital, Abby recalls seeing her son lying on the bed surrounded by a team of healthcare professionals. When me reach, me see about 15 doctors over him and perform CPR. Me come out and about 20 to 25 minutes the doctor called me and said, Mommy, your son didn't make it. The mother said adding that her son was due for a job interview on Monday. Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Westmoreland Western Moreland Wilson, who visited the family on Saturday, used the opportunity to warn motorcyclists to be cautious. I want to use this opportunity to call on all motorcycle operators in the parish and across Jamaica to be mindful while operating their motorcycles. Use helmets. Ensure that you operate your motorcycle in a safe manner in which can protect your life, the life of your pillion and other road users. Wilson charge. On the part of the government, we have seen where in Greenhill under the Ministry of National Security, under the stewardship of Dr. Horace Strong, where we have carried out a series of training for motorcycle operators, Wilson added, revealing that the government is looking to expand the program to more motorcycle operators. Wilson also expressed condolences to the family of Brown, who he said had a bright and prosperous future. Councillor Ian Miles, JLP, also extended his condolences to the family, noting that he is saddened by the tragic incident. It's one of those incidents that would have brought the community on Friday, Miles echoed. Following Brown's death, the Westmoreland police have a targeted operation at the crash site on Saturday. Reporters saw where the lawmen seized 2 motorcycles that were said to be unlicensed. Several motorcycle operators were also stopped and found to be operating contrary to the road code. One bike taxi operator was fined $33,000. Reports from the police are that about 4:30 p.m., Brown was driving his black special edition motorcycle along the main road towards to London, when upon reaching a section of the main road, he collided with a grey Toyota Tundra van. Brown sustained multiple injuries. He was rushed to hospital where he died on Friday night while undergoing treatment. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.